Hello, this is D, and I'm back with another video. And today we're going to talk about the upcoming PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, a lot of people are saying that this is not coming out, that it doesn't exist, or it was canceled because we haven't heard anything about it. Now, I'm hearing behind the scenes at Gamescom that a lot of information came out about the PlayStation 5 Pro, so we're going to be talking about that. As well, I want to talk about the future of Xbox. Now, as everybody knows lately, Xbox has been bringing more of its games over to the PlayStation. The latest game is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle that will be making an appearance on the PlayStation 5 at some point in 2025. Now, a lot of fans, and myself included, kind of don't like the idea of exclusives going over to the PlayStation 5. Now, it's not the fact that you don't want more people to enjoy the game. It's that you want to have some type of value with your console. You want to feel special. You want to feel that you have something that is special to your community. That's just the way that consoles have traditionally been. Now, the PlayStation, they still have this model where they're exclusives that are only available on the PlayStation and nowhere else. Now, the PlayStation is releasing their exclusives on PC, but they're not releasing their exclusives on the Xbox. The same goes for Nintendo. Nintendo has their own thing, their own ecosystem there, which makes them very special. And the sales are telling you that, because there are certain experiences that you can only get with a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo console, and they're selling a lot of units. They're selling more units than the PlayStation. They're selling more units than the Xbox. Now, we kind of put them in a different category because of the graphics and the power of the actual system, and that it appeals to a lot of children, but nonetheless they are killing it in sales. So it cannot be denied that having something that makes your platform special, something exclusive, helps sell the hardware and helps get people into your ecosystem. So when I hear all of this nonsense, people saying, oh, you shouldn't be mad that the games are going over to the PlayStation, oh, that's just the old metric. No, that is the metric of a team that is losing. Microsoft is losing. Xbox players, I gotta be honest, they're just not buying games. Everyone just wants to be a part of Game Pass, and Game Pass is a great service. I think it's the best value in gaming, but they also need to sell some games. And because a lot of Xbox gamers are not buying these games, they're putting the games on other platforms. So it kind of is what it is at this point. Now, the future of Xbox looks extremely bright. The next generation console, I have a few details of things I was able to put together from the information that's out there and from asking questions from people in the industry. I was able to form an opinion, and I think I know where Microsoft is going with their next generation console. Now, before we get into all of that, let's just get into the PlayStation 5 Pro. All right, let's go over to X. Now, Colt posted that PlayStation 5 Pro will be $599.99 USD with no disk drive, but a disk drive will be compatible. It will release in November 2024 with no flagship game release, which is normal for a mid-gen consoles. And he goes on to say that it'll be white, not a black console. Now, if we go over to Tim Dog, and I know a lot of you guys are upset about Tim Dog, but listen, Tim Dog knows a lot of people in the industry. And if you look at his track record, it's pretty good. A lot of Xbox fans got mad at him when he said games are going to make an appearance on the PlayStation 5, exclusives are going to come over. People were saying he was full of it. And look how that turned out. And more games are coming. He is now saying that the PlayStation 5 Pro will have Indiana Jones, Starfield, and Forza Horizon 5, and they will all be enhanced. Now, people can be mad at Tim all they want, but I trust Tim, and I don't care that Tim prefers PlayStation over Xbox. That's not going to change our friendship or the way I feel about the guy. I don't understand some of this fanboy rage, like, oh my gosh, he plays PlayStation 5 now, oh, he's the ops, and it's ridiculous. It's video games. He didn't like the fact that Xbox games were going to be making an appearance on the PlayStation 5, and he just felt that was the end for him. And if he chooses to play PlayStation, I don't know, man. It is what it is. It's just video games. It ain't that deep. Nonetheless, I trust the things that he says. And he's saying that these games are coming to the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, we know that Xbox does not have an answer for the PlayStation 5 Pro. They just don't. And it's unfortunate that PlayStation will have a head start. And I would say a head start to the next generation because they are going to release another PlayStation. There will be a PlayStation 6 that will compete with the next generation Xbox. So PlayStation is kind of gapping the in-between period here. And I think it's a good strategy because if you want games with a higher fidelity, with a higher frame rate, if you want the best version of console games, you're going to have to do that on a PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, why haven't they announced it yet? Now, we're hearing that it's going to be probably a little direct that they're going to announce it at. Now, I don't know how the rollout's going to happen, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that it's going to be like some type of direct and that it's coming out in November. Now, next year, when we get Grand Theft Auto, it's going to run best on the PlayStation 5 Pro, and I think that's going to be a problem for Xbox. I do. Honestly, a lot of these consoles, most of the games that are played on it are not exclusives. Exclusives get you into the ecosystem, but most of the games that are played are multi-plat games. And these multi-plat games are going to look and run better on the PlayStation 5 Pro. So I don't know what's going to happen in that gap year because from what I'm hearing, Microsoft is going to release their next generation console in 2026. So I think for the next year, I don't know, it's not going to look so good for the Xbox when it comes to multi-plat games. Now, the future of Xbox is looking bright. Now, I always get this question in the DMs. I always get it on X. People are always asking me, oh, what's the next Xbox? Is the next Xbox going to come out? Is it going to be canceled? Is there going to be a next generation console? Yes, there's going to be a next generation console. The model, it looks like it's going to be a little bit different. Now, I think you're going to be paying traditionally more for this console. It's not going to be as cheap as a traditional console. This is what I'm hearing. Things could change. And, nothing is set in stone and nothing is 100% until it is verified and, of course, confirmed by Microsoft. But this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that it's going to be basically a spec'd out PC in the form factor of a console that runs an Xbox UI, an Xbox interface, obviously, which is Windows, that will also have other storefronts from PC. So from what I'm hearing, you'll be able to have Ubisoft or Uplay on there. You'll be able to have Steam on there. You'll be able to have any of the launchers that you have available on PC. Now, of course, if you have access to the launcher and the console has comparable PC specs, you're going to be able to run the games that you bought at these storefronts on your Xbox consoles. In addition, of course, it's going to be supported by Game Pass. And I think this is ingenious if it actually works. If they can price this right and deliver performance at a price point that you just can't get on PC, I think this could be a hit, especially with access to all the other storefronts. I think it would open up a whole different segment of the market, and it would still kind of be a traditional console, but with a new twist to it. And I think that's the direction that they're going with. At least that's what we're hearing from reports. Now, I'm hearing that it's going to be 2026. Now, 2026, it could creep into 2027. Things could change, but that's what I'm hearing at this point. So, yes, there's going to be a next generation Xbox. It's going to be very powerful. If you're an Xbox Game Pass subscriber, you're going to have an advantage of enjoying these games day one on that console. If you're an Ultimate subscriber, you'll be able to play them on that console on your PC. So Microsoft will still have an advantage going forward. So if you're invested in the ecosystem and you have Xbox Game Pass, this is a win for you. It really, truly is. Now, if you're into the console wars and you can't stand that the competition is going to have access to these games, and it's definitely not a good thing. But from a gamer standpoint and from financial standpoint as an Xbox gamer, this is a really good deal, especially with all the games that are coming to Game Pass in the next few years. Now, will exclusives still exist on the Xbox platform? Honestly, I believe just a few. I think that the majority of the Xbox titles will make an appearance on the PlayStation. I think it might be staggered. I don't think they're going to announce that all the games are going to come, but I think a majority of the games will come. And I said this before, I said more games will come than gamers will be comfortable with. It's not going to be the 4 games. I always said that. It's not going to be the 4 games, especially if those 4 games are successful. We see that those games have been successful, and Microsoft is going to be releasing more games. Now, this is good if you're an investor. This is good for Xbox, it's good for Microsoft, because all of the extra revenue that they will make, they will be able to invest it into their products, into their studios, into their hardware divisions. It's going to be a good thing financially for Microsoft. As far as Xbox gamers and the console wars, honestly, it's over. It's dead. Now it's all about the games and, who offers you the best value. So it's all about your wallet and what makes sense to you. And for me, Game Pass makes sense because I can play my games on Xbox and I can play those games on PC as well. And it offers me fantastic value. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think about all of this. Do you think that the next Xbox system will actually implement aspects of PCs such as other storefronts? Also, what are your thoughts on the PlayStation 5 Pro? Do you think it's still coming out in November? And do you think it'll be priced at $600 US? Let me know in the comment section down below. And like I usually say, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one.